Oh my gosh. You thought I was kidding about him getting up here every day. Nope. This is what he does. Now I can't remember what the video was about, Little Bear. Yes, I do. I remember. Howdy again, folks. Rick from the Boondocking Bears. I had so much fun this week. Obviously, I was waiting for the little grandson to be born. That was fun, but it required a day or two of waiting around. And I thought, I'm going to do something I haven't done in ages. I mean, a decade or more. I'm going to go on eBay and snipe an auction. And I did. Watch. So this is about how to equip yourself for RVing without spending a lot of money. And one of the ways you can do it, if you do it prudently, is through eBay. Now, as I've said before, I wanted to get a camera, a new camera. I've been eyeing this thing for about 6 months. It was the perfect camera for what I want to do, the Sony Alpha 6000. It does amazing video, phenomenal photography. It allows me to interchange lenses so I can do portraits. I'm not going to do portraits, but landscapes and all kinds of really fun things. But they're expensive, with a few lenses and stuff, they, $1,200, $1,500, and I didn't really want to spend that much. So what I was hoping to do was go on eBay and find a professional photographer who was selling an Alpha 6000, maybe probably upgrading his kit. Something less than a year old that was in perfect condition. If it had a couple of lenses with it, that would be even better. But I wanted to spend as little as possible. And boy, did I luck out this week. So here's how I did it. I've been eyeing this one particular auction, and it was an Alpha 6000. It was the perfect setup for me in that it was 6 months old. It was a professional photographer, and he was upgrading it. He raved about the camera, and I've done enough YouTube videos or watched enough YouTube videos to know this is an amazing camera. And he was selling it because he was upgrading, and he was throwing in 3 lenses with it, plus an extra battery, extra charger, a whole bunch of stuff. And so I'm looking at this auction, and it's well below half the price that a brand new one would be. And I mean well below, because I think the whole kit, I priced it out brand new, would be around $1,500. And I didn't pay anywhere near for that. So I'm watching this auction and I see the bids. There's about 24, 25 bids, but they're still really low. And I watched it for a day or two, and then it came down to the final day and then the final hour, and then there's like 30 minutes left and the bids haven't moved. And I'm thinking somebody's going to steal this thing. And so I rummaged around in my passwords and found out my old eBay account name and password and got that all figured out, and that was an exercise unto itself. Anyway, 30 seconds left. I got my bid ready. I'm going to go up by $10 because that's the bid amount at that point. And 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 15 seconds, 10 seconds, bang! Bid, confirm, you got it. Unbelievable. I was so excited. So what did I get? I got an Alpha 6000. By the way, this whole thing is on its way to me. It's in the UPS system right now. It's all paid for. I think it arrives next Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. So I got an Alpha 6000. I got a 30 millimeter Sony E-mount lens. I got an f1.8, I think it was, and a 50 millimeter f2.8 Sony lens. And then a fisheye screw-on thingy that gives you a fisheye effect, which I hate. I don't know if I'll ever use that, but I might. Some artistic kind of, if I get artistic one day. And a Minolta that he just threw in that works on this camera, and I don't really know what that one does. Plus it's got extra battery charger, a carrying case, and I think that's it. Phenomenal. It was so much fun. Stepping in on an auction at the last second is called sniping an auction. I used to do it years and years ago if I wanted stuff. And it's the only way to bid on eBay. This bidding before the auction's ready to close is just for suckers, to be truthful. And you have to watch to make sure that you know what your maximum bid's going to be. You're not going to go above that. Be disciplined. And I was well below the maximum where I was prepared to go. And then you got to be careful though when you're doing this, because sometimes it takes a second for that bid to register and you might lose out. It might close. I really cut it close. It was less than 10 seconds that I put the bid in. And that was probably too close. It should have been closer to 15 seconds, because you got to hit the bid and then it's got to register and then you got to confirm it. And that all takes a few seconds, and in that meantime the auction could close. But this time it worked. I got myself an Alpha 6000. That's the camera I wanted, and I got it at a great deal. So I'll do a review on it when I get it and figure out how it all works. And hopefully I'll get some really good video. The real reason I wanted to get this camera is it does excellent video. It has really super fast focusing. And one of the things that I've always had trouble with are those silly little recipe videos I do. And I'll be truthful, I only did recipe videos to fill in while I was waiting for this lawsuit to resolve itself, knowing I really couldn't do anything for RVing until it did. So it was my way of learning how to do YouTube videos and sharing some really good recipes. But I always had trouble photographing them. And unless I had the lighting exactly right, they just didn't look right to me. Now the camera I've been using almost from the beginning, and what this is being filmed on, is a Canon Vixia HF-R 400. And it's a really good little camera, but it does have its limitations, and it seems to have its limitations when I'm doing the recipes, for example, unless I have the lighting exactly right, and I mean perfectly right, they just don't look right to me. And I'm not a professional light setter-upper. I do have some professional lights, but you got to know how to use them, right? Anyway, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. I'll still keep this camera. It'll be my B camera, but the Sony Alpha 6000 is going to be my prime camera from here on in. And hopefully, when the Pro Drone Premium comes out and I get that drone, it will have a gimbal that's capable of carrying it. I know it has a mount capable of carrying it, but I don't know if it doesn't have a gimbal yet. Anyway, I'm really excited. That's how you bid on eBay. You got to snipe in at the end. Don't waste your time bidding while the auction's ongoing with days or even hours to go. You got to step in right at the last second, know what your maximum bid is, and if you get it, you get it. If you don't, move on. There were other Alpha 6000s. It's just not as complete a package and not as good a price as this one. So I'm excited. Anyway, comes next week. I'll show it to you. More importantly, I'll video with it, and I hope to get some phenomenal shots of Little Bear, especially on the Spider, the Can-Am Spider with his doggles. That's kind of one of the reasons I put off going up there, because I know this camera was going to come, and it should take some phenomenal pictures. So I'm really excited about that. So first thing off my bucket list, the Sony Alpha 6000, got it inexpensively, and now I got to move on to something else. Talk to y'all later.